Gilmour gets a pair of goals from Dominic Casamata and one each from Eamon Mulkern and Evan Enrick to record a 4-3 victory over University on Wednesday night in Great Lakes Hockey League action. After U.S. had won the first 15 meetings all time in the series, the Lancers have now won 3 of their last 4 against the Preppers, including the Cleveland Cup final a year ago and now this game as well. Was it the sharpest 3 periods in the history of Gilmour? No, not really, but a good win nonetheless, being able to stave off a couple of comeback bids from the Preppers after getting up a couple goals twice at 3-1 and 4-2, being able to see it through, winning different types of games. I think that's good for Gilmour. I think, generally speaking, over the years, we have seen Gilmour a number of years as being a program that was kind of a grinded out type of style, capitalizing on the power play, getting great goaltending, being in low scoring dogfights, and being able to see those out. But I think we're seeing a more well-rounded Gilmour team the last couple of years. That's certainly not to say that you don't want to have that ability to win dogfights and win that way, but we're seeing Gilmour win different types of games. Obviously, they had a couple of lean years there, had that rough campaign 2 years ago, but came all the way back a year ago to have a nice campaign. Obviously, a disappointing end result there at Kent, losing the Menor there, but overall a turnaround campaign, and I think the Lancers have more of a belief in themselves now, and you can see that on the ice with the personnel that's in place. As far as the way the game played out, the puck movement was okay from time to time. I thought the physical tone in the neutral zone in the opening period was good from Gilmour. They could have been better in the power play, and again, it could have been more consistent. I agree with John on that. There's certainly a way of winning as opposed to just winning itself, and certainly understand that, but it was good enough to get the job done. I really liked both of the goals from Casamata, in part because of the work along the boards from Charlie Valenti, especially the first one. There was a tripping penalty called, and the official was just waiting for U.S. to touch the puck so Gilmour could go on the power play. But Gilmour did well there to play through the sequence. Valenti carries the puck into the zone on the left side, feeds very nicely cross ice for Casamata. Casamata puts away a wrister for a big goal. I think a lot of times in high school hockey, it's easy for players instinctively to kind of slow down a little bit in that sequence, knowing that the power play is coming and maybe not playing all the way to the whistle. But Gilmour did well in that sequence, playing all the way to the whistle and getting the goal. They didn't need the power play. They were able to light the lamp anyway, and that's definitely a sign of growth and intelligence and development from this hockey club. And, you know, again, it could have been better all the way around, but what I like to see overall is the development from guys all over the ice. I think Eamon Mulkern has really turned into a nice blue liner for the Lancers. I've liked his development the last couple of years. And obviously at forward for Gilmour, graduating John Treppo and Matt Mangel from that squad a year ago, it seemed like John and Matt were around for 8 years with that program, and I certainly mean that as a compliment. They logged a lot of ice time for Gilmour over the years, but those guys really instilled some nice lessons in this group coming back, and you're seeing development from guys like Dominic Casamata and Charlie Valenti and a lot of different guys. Charlie Tuggy obviously came on a year ago. A lot of different guys on the ice really stepping up here and bringing a scoring punch to the Lancers, and they learned from a couple of good ones there in Treppo and Mangel, to be sure. Once if they can get that goaltending situation ironed out, obviously with Duncan going up to the prep team, if they can get some real good consistency there between the pipes, I think this can be a real good hockey team. And obviously they've been red hot to start the year, 6-0-1, that great performance out in Sylvania, beating St. Francis 1-0, staving off Eds in the tournament final, hammering Shaker in GLHL play before they got to that tournament. Gilmour's been red hot. They've been looking good, and it's great to see after some of the struggles that they've had this decade. With U.S., look, they're banged up right now, but the pieces are in place. I like the fight back when they got down 3-1 and they got down 4-2, making it a dogfight there late, capitalizing on some stuff, and the nucleus is there. They have some hammers in place. Jack Henry Muha, you've heard me talk about for a couple of years now. I've been so pleased with his development. Certainly, had that breakout year as a sophomore, was the GLHL leading scorer last year. He's been a really solid piece for them, and he's learned from some great ones there on the lines he's played on at US. George Bryn has been so good on the blue line for them. Coming in as a senior, kind of getting almost right now into that Clark Jones, Drew Musser kind of territory, which is saying a lot at US because those guys were so good for this program in years gone by. He's a very good player. Henry Sada's been developing. So the pieces are in place. It's just a matter of putting it all together, and I have confidence that they will. Obviously, a new voice there in the locker room with Andy taking over for Andre this year, but they'll figure it out. I'm not worried about them 0-3-1 right now. They'll be fine. Just a matter of getting healthy and getting the chemistry together, and they'll be fine. So a big win for Gilmour after all the years that we had of not seeing Gilmour and US together on the ice in the regular season. It's good to see those two arch rivals playing each other so early in the year. We don't have to wait till Kent. That is a relief, and Gilmour will enjoy this one to be sure. A 4-3 victory over arch rival US on Wednesday.